What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Savoy. And unfortunately, the postal services around here seem to be quite slow, and it's actually, there's a techno record I've been waiting for that seemingly should have been here like a week ago, and I've ordered from this same seller, it's a German seller, a number of times, and it's always, I don't know, 7 to 10 days. It's been like, I don't know, 17 days, something to that effect, so I am quite concerned about where it might be. And at the same time, Graham sent me a copy of Under. You are massively appreciated, as always, but it hasn't shown up yet. I was hoping it would by this Wednesday, but I wanted to do the final track that I haven't reacted to, which oddly enough is the first tune on the album, Lonesome Alone, but I still have 2 tracks on the album I reacted to in video form first, and surely by next week the CD will be here, and perhaps I'll do a double to celebrate having the physical CD, so we'll go through both of them in the same video. So looking forward to that, hopefully, proverbial fingers crossed, and ultimately hopefully my techno record arrives at the same time. So in any case, Lonesome Alone, it's a phrase that seems a bit redundant. It seems both words speak to the same concept, the isolation, the singularity of something in a field or a plane where there would normally be, or there can be, multiple entities. So lonesome seems to hint at not just being alone, but having a feeling of being lonely. It's, you know, the meaning is a bit semantically different, but ultimately it speaks to the same perception of being alone, not just the quality of it itself. So I wonder what I might be able to pick up on a first listen. Let's hear it. This is Savoy, the tune is Lonesome Alone, and it's the first track on their 2024 album, Under.
Two arms to hold her, 2 eyes to see, 2 ears to listen, her whispering to me. A ship in a bottle, is that still a thing? We all have hopes for what new shores will bring. Fingers tapping, scribbling my thumbs. Later we'll go for a walk. Yes, later, then we can talk. She hides from the sunlight and curses the rain. Can't stand the cold, and this heat is a pain. She's white as a sheet, but sure sees things black. It's good I'm around to tip the scales back. A cloud has been lifted from her head to mine. Now I'm in the gutter and she's feeling fine. I'm lonesome alone. Thumbs be twiddling here on my own. Yes, later, then we can talk. I'm lonesome alone. Oh, lonesome alone.
That's a sort of lonesome pleading to his delivery on some of those lines. think the lines I caught, there's a lot of really clever songwriting in this one, and I also wonder: are ships in a bottle still a thing? Are there people who still have those on their mantles, or some other decorative place? Nevertheless, I do love she complains when it's raining. Another reference to rain in his songwriting. I feel like there was a part sonically that came around a couple times where it was sort of in the Beatles range where. They and he sometimes dwell, but yeah, ultimately doesn't like it when it's hot. Complains about the rain. Doesn't like it when it's cold. It's the difficult to please. But then it seemed like there was a line later like, "Oh, she's feeling good. She's all right." So I'm curious. The little fragments that I caught along the way. They sketch a picture, but I didn't get the full painting because in part, again, I was sort of keyed in on the sonics. I liked his vocal delivery. As I said, there was an extra sort of tension or like emotional. What's the right word? Like stress on some of his delivery. So I definitely enjoyed that, and ultimately that tune as an opener, I think, is fantastic. Like, it speaks to their sound as I've come to know it. Again, still an incomplete work in project, but it's a very Savoy sounding tune, but it also, again, there's elements there where it's like, man, some of these songs, I can imagine them as aha tunes just because some of the songwriting, which in this case, again, it feels like the atmospheric references are still very much prevalent. So yeah, top tune, and one that to me says that Savoy is healthy, alive, and well in 2024. Even if I'm then going to jump back in time after we go through the sonic audio reactions to two other tunes, hopefully next time, and I'll be able to show a CD. Once again, shout out to Graham. Shout out to this little ragamuffin over here who was running around like crazy. She plays fetch every day now. Like, she just essentially demands that I play fetch every day. So yeah, she was running around like crazy like 15 minutes ago, and now she's just out. I did want to mention two things. One, and one of the threads with Graham, I mentioned Salieri, and he was like interested by the name and said he was going to go look him up. That tells me you haven't seen Amadeus, and Amadeus is a movie for music lovers, even if you're not necessarily into classical music, obviously even more so if you are. But at some point in the not too distant future, I'm going to do a watch along, which in turn reminds me, I was talking to Sophia, and I don't think she was familiar with The Princess Bride. It's a movie from my youth, but one that over the years I've rewatched, and it's like it gets better as I get older, and I watch it and just keep seeing it with slightly older eyes and more experience. So it's an absolute classic. So I'm going to do a watch along for that sometime soon. Do let me know what you think of this, and Luca, the now completely comatose cat, and I will see you next time. Peace.